It's Serena here. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's doing fantastic today. I'm coming at you to share a little bit about my own personal experience with a topic that is coming up in my conversations with our shifters so much these days. Is literally at the forefront of so many people's mind, male and female, of various different age groups, and that is the topic of hormonal imbalances. Um, and it's a very sneaky subject. The implications are far-reaching, um, and sometimes you don't even know that you might be experiencing them. You just experience the symptoms, and you can't put your finger on it, and you can't put your finger on what's going on. And I wanted to share with you my own personal experience with how hormonal imbalances were massively impacting my life, and that was through very terrible PMS. I used to get the worst symptoms, and I know many women out there struggle with this issue. I literally used to be completely out of balance for kind of half of the month, because the entire first week before my time of the month would be a write off. My energy would be all over the place. I would get terrible cravings and end up eating terrible foods, which led me to feel even worse. And I would be lethargic. I would not be able to get up in the morning. I would just be feeling very moody, very pessimistic, negative, sometimes even depressed, massive mood fluctuations, massive water retention. And then the following week, which would be the week of my time of the month, I would be out of sorts because of my time of the month, which would cause such terrible pain that I would literally have to take the maximum allowed dose of painkillers for the first easily 3 days, um, literally every couple of hours. However many was the max, I was maxing it out. Um, and and still sometimes that wasn't enough. Literally, if I could have taken that week off work, I would have, but obviously I couldn't. So I was doing my best to cope. My energy was terrible. Um, I would continue to eat terrible foods due to these terrible cravings, and just due to the fact that I was feeling so bad that I just was looking to care for myself in however way I could and give myself energy in all the wrong ways. And so it was literally a write off of 2 weeks out of the entire month. And by the time I started experiencing the relief that comes afterwards, it barely would be 2 weeks and it would start all over again. You know, it was a roller coaster of emotions, water retention, pain, moodiness, lack of energy that would literally make me feel completely out of sorts and out of control. Um, and it was really affecting me in greater ways than at the time I even realized. And this is just one of the ways in which an hormonal imbalance might manifest itself in your life. There's obviously even more extreme circumstances, such as cancer or fertility issue, or for the guys out there, um, erectile dysfunction, or even for some ladies, issues to do with your sexuality, etc. Um, but there's also issues pertaining to hair, the quality of your hair, skin problems. We talked about mood disorders. Um, Literally, the repercussions are far-reaching. The great news is that those days are far gone for me, and I have now achieved a level of balance that, frankly, I didn't even know existed. You know, I have no trace of any of those PMS symptoms. Uh, in fact, sometimes these days, by the time my time of month comes around, I can't even believe it's been a whole month. I literally forget about it, and then it comes, and I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting. A month has gone by. There is no swings in mood. There are no cravings. There is no loss of energy. And when it does arrive, I experience virtually no pain. Sometimes the maximum I might need to do is put a hot water bottle on my uterus, on my stomach area for a couple of hours on the first day, and that would be it. That would be sufficient, you know. And I can go on with my day. I never have to take a day off work. I never have to change my fitness routine. I never had to. I literally it is not an invasive experience whatsoever. One of the things that has felt most liberating has been not experiencing those cravings. To be honest, food having been a contentious subject for me for so many years, the freedom from the cravings was so empowering. Because that creates such a slippery slope whereby you crave terrible food, you eat terrible food, you're already feeling bloated. That makes you feel even more bloated. You literally feel like you're putting on 3, 5 kilos just in those 2 weeks, and then you have to start back again from scratch. And it's just such a roller coaster of emotions, feelings, experiences, and literally your experience in your body gets so unsettled. And it's remarkable that none of that exists in my life anymore. And that's why I've decided to create an event, which is next Saturday, the 30th of April at 4 p.m. UK time, which I believe is 10 a.m. Texas time for our Texas folks. And it's completely free on Eventbrite. I'll share the link in the comments of the video. And I want to share with you a little bit more of how I was able to achieve these results in my own life through, above all else, improving my nutrition and making some strategic improvements to my nutrition, because the impact of food on our hormones is way greater than we realize sometimes. But there's also other things as well that I'm going to share with you that have made a huge difference to me because life is too short to live that way. It's just unacceptable to go through that, especially for us ladies, every single month. Um, and by the way, it's all interconnected. So when you create a better balance and you alleviate symptoms such as the ones I was experiencing, you become immediately less likely to experience all the other side effects of hormonal imbalances. But so come and join me on Saturday, 4 p.m. UK time. Grab a free ticket. There's still a handful of free tickets available. I'll share the code so that you can redeem a free ticket. And let me tell you, it has been such an empowering journey. I can't wait to share my learnings with you. Feel free to invite anybody who you think will benefit from these. And I'll see you then. Be ready. Ciao for now.